do we have scheduled? What do we have scheduled?
I have no clue.
The schedule is, I think I've been there. Yeah.
Oh, I think it's the Captain America review.
What I was thinking of.
Oh, wait, no, I was wrong. I was wrong. We're going to talk about why we love and hate Iron Man. So if you love and hate Iron Man, that's going to be our next episode.
freaking those steroids in the sand and stuff like that, all those chemicals and whatnot. It's not good for you, man.
Oh, so that's why the Empire was so fixated on this grain. They just make drugs and they're steroids. Steroid grain.
At your local grocery store. It's great. It's good.
We need you to make more so we can put it inside a grocery store.
That was the whole plot. They just wanted to up the stock of the grocery stores. It's their whole plan of that evil empire there. They're just really concerned about the capitalisticness of grocery stores, making sick profits on all that grain. It's crazy.
They're actually fighting against a 2% tax.
Darn 2% tax, man. Stealing our money, stealing our precious grain money like that. We can't get away with it.
Dump it in the bay.
All the grain in the bay right now. Do it.
Ah, man, that's what Rebel Moon should have been. It should have been the American Revolution in space.
Oh, that actually would have been pretty interesting, honestly. Why didn't Zack think of that, man? We gotta call him up, man. There's still time for Rebel Moon 3. I'm sure he's not too far in that draft yet.
Space George Washington. That wasted potential.
Come on.
Wasted potential.
That would have sold so many tickets, man. People would have busted into people's houses just, people that don't have Netflix would have just busted into people's houses just to see that, man. They're like, I gotta go see this movie, man. It's just too good.
Hey, you watching Space George Washington? Yeah? Can I watch?
Get me in there.
Yeah! Hell yeah!
It'd have block parties all over the place, man. Get out those projectors and stuff. I mean, it's perfect.
It'd be like the videos that you see to where people, an entire building is watching Game of Thrones, like the premiere of Game of Thrones, but you have multiple buildings that are watching Space George Washington.
For the grain. God, that would definitely be me, honestly. I'd be all for that. I mean, Space George Washington, you don't need to see anything more. That's all I need. Oh, man. Not to derail the classic Zack Snyder conversation, but what have you been up to? Have you been reading any comics recently? Any cool Marvel-related things in your space currently?
I've been getting back a little bit into Namor, and I've been doing a bit of research on Black Panther because I mentioned that I wanted to do a Black Panther project, and it's funny enough to think about it because going back into the movie, the only thing that I knew of Black Panther was one comic book that I had to where he crossed over with the X-Men, and he's like, oh, this seems like a pretty cool character. That's enough research. I can make it Black Panther.
Got it down perfect.
That's what Hollywood taught me. He's like, all you have to do is oh, look, a picture of the character we're gonna make. Well, I've seen enough.
We got it.
Yeah, I've seen enough.
Write the script.
So as I'm doing research on Black Panther, I see the scene in the movie to where they're talking about taking the place of king, where you actually have to go into a duel. And it's oh wow, that's actually from the comics. Well, of course it is.
They did it.
They did. It'd be like a Megamind. He did it. Yeah, so I found that to be ridiculous, but it's it's source material. It's going in.
Put it in.
Gotta stick to the source material. And actually, that kind of reminds me. Sticking to source material and not doing that. Have you heard I could be very, very wrong about this, but I've heard through the rumors about it. But apparently, they're making a Harley Quinn comic book where she never meets the Joker. What do you think about that?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that. Yeah, right. Yeah, I forgot about that. That is an interesting take, to say the least.
It is a choice.
It's a choice. Oh man.
I commented on this, like, say, like, well, while we're at it, why don't we just take the Green Lantern Corps away from Sinestro, and Broom from Hellboy, and Omni-Man from
Why does
Invincible.
Spider-Man even need that spider anyways, man?
Yeah. It's let's take away Spider-Man from Venom. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Oops.
What is that a reference to?
Nothing. You know,
No,
I'm just listing off random things, you know.
it's fair.
Things that could never happen because
Yeah, no.
Hollywood producers and writers are too smart for that.
Exactly, yeah. They got the best writers over there, man. They wouldn't do anything quirky like that.
Yeah, that's why they're there, because they know what they're doing. They're at the top of their game. They went to college.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Definitely not Yes Man.
Oh, man. Yeah, it is interesting just sort of seeing the various takes. Some new takes can be really cool. Like, you know, with I'm not sure if you've been keeping up with Ultimate Spider-Man, the 2024 edition, not the Brian Michael Bendis one, but the new Brian Michael Bendis' old news. We're all here for Jonathan Hickman now, I guess.
I did hear your
yeah.
podcast with Joseph.
Yeah, so now
yeah.
so you are caught up then, kind of. In a manner.
Let's say a fair amount. I did hear about, like, your guys' theory about, like, what the Maker may be doing, and I'm like,
He's making
like that
something,
theory.
I guarantee it.
He's making something. Don't
don't
worry,
know
guys.
what, but
He's
it's-
making something. It's coming, like the wind's a winner.
Oh man, yeah, that's a really cool, like, new fresh take. It sort of like feels like it's written by somebody that's perhaps frustrated with how how things have been going as far as Spider-Man for, like, a million years. So it's so it's a breath of fresh air. So it really feels like he's got a lot of passion for the character, and he's like taking it in a direction that's both familiar and new. So I like that sort of like this sort of unique take on just sort of how Peter gets his powers and everything like that, and sort of almost in a way like some meta commentary on like all of that too, which is interesting. But so that, I think that's a pretty cool new take. But sometimes some takes, maybe it's sort of like, I think the thing about what works with Ultimate Spider-Man is just that it still has the DNA of Spider-Man. It's so easily recognizable and sort of hits some of the similar beats, even if it does some different things. Like Uncle Ben is still alive, Aunt May is dead. Peter's parents lived until he was 15, so he didn't really live with Uncle Ben and Aunt May until later. So there's a lot of differences there, and it's not May Day, it's just May, and it's Richard, the son. But it's still like, at the end of the day, you can still point to it and say that's Spider-Man. If you show it to somebody, like, yeah, Spider-Man. But sometimes some of these takes, I feel like these new takes, it's kind of cool seeing what can be done, but some of it just like sort of diverges too much perhaps and becomes unrecognizable. That I think if the spirit is gone from whatever is being like remade or whatever, then it just doesn't quite feel like it's the same anymore. So so sometimes these takes can be a little quirky,
I was gonna ask, like, with this new Ultimate Spider-Man writer, if it felt like he had a chip on his shoulder, but it sounds like through your description, maybe that is not the case, which that sounds very relieving.
Oh yeah, yeah. That he could have been like this sort of hotshot, guy or whatever, but he really feels like he's just very down to earth. He feels like you just sort of like can feel like how lucky he feels being able to write this story. It feels like a story that he's been wanting to write for a while, and sort of reactionary to what's been going on, since One More Day and everything, and he's wanting to set the clock back and try to fix things and give us, the classic
That didn't happen!
Spider-Man.
Das war ein Befehl! Der Angriff Steiners war ein Befehl! Wer schickt Sie? Dass Sie es wagen, sich meinen Befehl zu widersetzen! So weit ist das also gekommen. That means dead answer to you!
Exactly. There's some fun references. There's even a One More Day reference where like Peter's like thinking of giving up, and then he gets like some sort of inspiration. He's like, "I'll give it one more day." And it's a funny like wink at the camera moment. It's great.
I'll give it one more day and not sell my soul to the devil. How about that?
That's probably for the best. I hope no devil stuff this time. It's okay.
Wow, what a silly decision. I can't believe I actually thought about that as a serious thought.
Man, yeah, it must have been a fever dream or something. Who would ever think to do that?
Intrusive thought.
Exactly. Yeah, but yeah, that's what was I gonna say? Yeah, that's been really great so far. That's definitely like we've got some pretty solid Spider-Man stuff right now. We've got Greg Weisman of Spectacular Spider-Man fame is writing Miles and Peter's story, which is fun. You've got DeMatteis, of course, fabled writer of Kraven's Last Hunt, coming back with Shadow of the Green Goblin, which is amazing and really feels like it hits that sort of classic Spidey vibe to it and everything, which is very fun. And then yeah, we've got this new Ultimate Spider-Man, which is just fantastic. It's getting a lot of praise. Can you believe it? It has 6 reprintings, which is insane. I've never heard of that before. I've heard of like the second printing, but 6, that's insane. So people are eating it up, which is great to see.
Well, at least it's 6 different printings and not 6 different endings.
Right? Yeah, that is at least something.
So with the Shadow of the Green Goblin, is that just going to be the Black Goblin? Like somebody else is just going to be a new goblin? It's just the Black Goblin.
The Black Goblin. That's I wonder if that's ever been done before. There's like the Red Goblin, there's the Golden Goblin, but is there a Black Goblin? I don't know.
I don't think there's a Black Goblin. It doesn't sound like letters matching up, like Green Goblin, Peter Parker, Bruce Banner. It's like words that don't sound like each other. I mean, Red Goblin makes sense because Norman Osborn takes like the Carnage symbiote. It's like what are you gonna call him? What's a G word for a red color?
Gred Goblin.
The Gred Goblin. There you go. Goblin. I mean, I was gonna say maroon, but that doesn't work like at all. The Maroon Goblin. The Garoon Goblin.
Yeah. Just making up colors over here.
The Gruel Goblin.
The Gruel Goblin. That sounds pretty cool, actually. David Grohl Goblin or something.
The Dave Grohl Goblin.
He's got to play Green Goblin one time at least in his life. We got to make that happen.
Just imagine he'll be like on a glider, and then like he'll have a guitar, and the guitar will be like from Mad Max, where it just spits fire.
Oh, that would be sick, actually. Write that down. Oh man. Yeah, but it's actually like this like proto goblin, I think, that's meant to like people like before the Green Goblin, sort of like it's like Norman's like experimenting with the goblin green gas stuff and everything, and he's like, oh, let me mess up this person's life and everything like that. It's a pretty cool story so far. It definitely like really just sort of gets the sort of moody sort of downer kind of Peter, classic Peter and everything like that, and sort of his escape as Spider-Man and everything like that, I think really hits that quite well. It's fresh off, just like takes place a few weeks after Uncle Ben's death, so it's extra moody and stuff too. So it really does sort of hit that like classic like 80s like sort of like semi-depressed poor Peter Spider-Man.
Slightly related. Do you, I recently learned of like this Spider-Man movie that came to be, but it's not very well known. You may know it because of what we look into. But there's this YouTuber called Salty DK. I think that's how you pronounce it. But they recently like looked into like it's this I forgot who the director was, but he's got like a name to him. But like he made his own Spider-Man movie that looks like a very bad Goosebumps episode. Like just the way that it's shot, but he adapted The Goblin's Last Stand. I think that's the name of the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the name of the story, but it's the one where Gwen Stacy dies. But like this guy, he not only did he direct the movie, but he played as Spider-Man. But the sound sounds terrible, or the audio sounds terrible. The shots are terrible. This looks like super cheap, but like the passion is there. You can tell. And he actually went into New York, hooked up ropes to buildings, and actually swung around in like high levels, and just to get those shots. It's like, Jesus Christ, but like it looked real, so I hope it was worth it.
Good word. Yeah, it worked. Oh man, God, that does sound vaguely familiar. I didn't hear about like the whole like actually like going for it with like the ropes and everything. Like, oh my goodness, but that yeah, I just love like stuff like that. Like, you really like, you know, it's not like the greatest thing of all time as far as like the quality of it necessarily, but like just the heart of it and just the genuine feeling of it, that it really feels like a passion project and everything. So I love stuff like that it's like, oh, you just can't help but smile like that. This guy's living the dream, man. This is so cool.
I know, it's so weird too, because like the guy who they cast to play Green Goblin, it seemed like he didn't really know how to act at first, because like in the beginning, like it's like Norman Osborn like lost some of his memories, and like as the movie like progressed, like he regains his memories, and he's like pissed off that Spider-Man like took his memories away from him. So like when he's like talking as the Green Goblin, it's like, Jesus, like if they actually had some better like film design and like better shots and like better editing, it's like, this guy could actually act.
Oh yeah, man. That's stellar acting right there. That's always nice to see. Like whenever you find like a fan film that's like, you know, like it's like, oh my god, like this is some like better acting than like freaking like some movies, you know? So that's always really cool.
I know. It's so funny. You get like fucking like singers just because they have like a big stage name right now. It's like, oh, let's put them in a movie. It's like, okay. Why? It's like, oh, you know, it'll just draw in seats. Can they act? But their name gets attention, so I just put them in the movie. Otherwise, they're not gonna get paid. Okay, fine.
Oh, man.
Make Harry Styles Star Fox. Why? 'Cause money.
Well, all right, you got me there. Put him in.
Brother Thanos. Everybody's gonna be excited then. He's gonna sing to Thanos if he ever comes back.
It's gonna be a whole like the Eternals 2 is gonna be a musical. It's gonna be great.
That actually might draw in some attention if they did an Eternals 2. Say, hey guys, we're doing the Eternals 2. Oh, really? Why?
It's gonna be a musical. All right, sign me up, man.
DC's doing that with Joker, so you guys want to watch more music? No.
No more musicals.
Pass. Hard
Joker
pass.
is the last
Hard
musical ever.
Pass.
No more.
How funny would it be if like Joker 2 actually ends up becoming like, that's like it's like the last straw that breaks the camel's back. Yeah, like the last musical in film. Like,
oh my God.
Like from now on, after that, like musicals are only allowed to exist on the stage, like in Broadway. And like no one is allowed to ever film a musical ever again.
Oh man, that'd be so funny. Like that was the straw. They broke the camel's back. They can't go back. Can't put the genie back in the bottle. It's out. It's done.
You opened Pandora's box. I hope you're happy.
Oh, Joker. Always pushing the envelope there, huh?
The media was wrong. It's not about incels attacking it. It's ending all film musicals.
It's the end game of film musicals. It's all over now.
Yeah. Hey, we're thinking about doing this music documentary on Elvis. No, we're not doing that anymore.
We can't do it. Did you see the Joker, man?
But...
It's over.
Watch it. No, please, I don't want to. Reminds me of a meme that I recently saw. It's like, please, sir, I want some less.
Oh, man. Oh, classic.
So I noticed that your icon is currently a black cat.
Oh, yeah.
For those who are listening and are not aware, usually Chris likes to change it to different Marvel characters. Why black cat?
That's a good question.
Why?
Yeah, that it's possible that we might be doing some sort of Spider-Man thing that I may have just finished editing like this morning or something. I don't know. It Related, possibly. I'm not entirely sure exactly. It's not like we have like
Spider-Man, he's a menace!
He is, yeah. He freaking took over the channel. He put up a preview. I didn't upload that thing. That was all Spider-Man, man.
It's like when Ryan Reynolds said like some asshole leaked the test footage for Deadpool.
Like, yeah, this guy just broke into my house and really just held me up at gunpoint. I don't know. I just didn't. It's not like I was like holding a gun to myself or anything like that. No, it was just some guy that just did it and just made me do it, man. I couldn't have done that myself.
It'll be like the scene in Spider-Man 2, to instead of him stealing his suit back from J. Jonah Jameson, it's just uploading when nobody looks for 1 second, just uploading the preview to the Spider-Man audio drama. And he's like, he did that. He's a menace.
It was Spider-Man all along.
Yeah, he just uploaded an entire preview, logged into your own YouTube account, and just like now it's just out there.
Yeah,
it's out there.
It's
You
out
can't
there.
take it off.
Back. They say he can do what a spider can, and I guess a spider can do that. So I mean, I guess it's very plausible.
I don't know anything about spiders. I'm not an entomologist.
Not a spiderologist or something.
Yeah, it's some kind of spiderologist.
I wasn't out there like studying these spiders in the jungle or anything like that. You know, that's not me.
I was just about to say that you weren't out in the jungle researching spiders before you died.
Man, yeah. I think that's on Netflix now. Thank goodness. Finally, I can rewatch it. Oh, damn. I can watch it to my heart's content every day. It's every day, bro. That's what Jake Paul was talking about. He's talking about Madam Web.
Funny enough, one day I got really drunk and I was searching through Netflix. I'm like, hey, Morbius is on. Why not? Funny enough, it was actually pretty entertaining when you start looking at it at a lesser intelligent point of view.
If you lose all of your brain cells, it's actually not bad.
If it all makes sense if you just don't think about it.
Oh, it's like Jeremy John says, his drunk, whatever his drunk rating is. That's it.
Yeah, now it's a party.
Exactly. There we go. That's it. When are we gonna get Jeremy Johns on this? By the way, we're gonna call him up for Iron Man episode.
Oh yeah, and it's definitely Iron Man or Spider-Man. We just gotta talk a lot more about Spider-Man. Then he'll just say "Hey guys, I want to do a movie review on here." It's, oh, cool. And then he's gonna just take over the show because he has a bigger name. I didn't think this far.
Oh man.
Okay, we're not gonna have Jeremy Johns on the show.
Oh man, all right, maybe for season 2, perhaps. We'll see.
Maybe season 2. And then we'll have The Rock on, and we're gonna help him put a campaign up for Black Adam 2 in the new DC.
Please, yes, I need that. The first one was about drive and power. We need to see more of that, man. It's important to me.
And in the second one, he's gonna stay hungry. He's gonna devour.
That's probably true, actually. I didn't think about that, but I think that's definitely in the cards, I'd say.
I'm very excited.
Very excited. If you could have one person out of all of history or whatever on this podcast, who would you choose? Besides me, of course. Or Victor. Victor also is definitely number one, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. I know. I have been thinking about having you and Victor on the show for quite some time.
Really?
But, it may happen. It may happen. So it's like Samuel Jackson maybe getting a purple lightsaber. Don't cross your fingers.
Okay.
But
I'll keep it on the down low. I won't tell anybody.
Okay, yeah, just keep it between you and me. Nobody else has to know. The one person I'd have on the show is Russell Crowe, because Russell Crowe, because he's making movies, making songs, and flying around the world.
That's a good point. Yeah, we're just doing it all. He's living the dream, man. I mean, it freaking I wish I had a last name that was a bird or something. That sounds really cool.
Making movies, making songs, and floating around the world. I wish I was on that show.
Oh god, that would be legendary.
Yeah, so we go up to fight terrible things like cancer, but since we can't actually fight cancer, we'll fight people with cancer. That'll get rid of it.
I mean, it's gotta work, right? I don't know.
Nobody's tested it yet.
There.
We could be pioneers, cancer pioneers.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, really, really furthering the research there. I mean, come on, get us in there, get us in a hospital. We'll do it.
Sometimes science is more art than science, and we'll figure it out one day.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I feel like, maybe there's a possibility for like 50 is pretty close, so it might not be enough time. But the 100th episode, Russell Crowe's, I think it's a possibility. I think it's in the cards. I'll have to send him an email a little later.
Yeah, we'll tell him that we're a Marvel podcast, and he'll get confused, and I was like, oh, okay. And so he'll dress up. He'll dress up thinking that he has to. He'll dress up as Zeus from Thor 4.
He doesn't even have his webcam on. It's like, guys, I'm dressed up as Zeus right now. Can you see? He's like, Russell, your webcam's not on.
Speaking in that like awful Greek accent.
The entire time he's staying in character. Yes, please.
He'll threaten us by not inviting him to his orgy.
Oh, man.
Now you shut up. You be quiet, because you are this close to being uninvited to the orgy.
Don't want to cross the line there.
You crossed the line. Oh, man. Oh, that.
Just like cut it. He's like, I'm being really serious with you boys. You don't cut up this attitude. You're not going to be invited to my orgy.
Classic Russell. Only Russell things, man. I swear, that guy.
So who would you have on the podcast? I'm very excited. One person of history.
Oh. Yes. So besides you, of course. I think it'd be kind of cool. Like, I kind of like, since like Abraham Lincoln died before like the MCU started, I kind of want to see what he would think about Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Actually, I think that could be interesting.
That is true. He did die before the MCU.
just a few years before, unfortunately, but I think we could catch him up.
7 years ago, in my speech, this is the kind of shit that Americans died for.
Honestly, I gotta be honest, me watching Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania pretty much felt the same as what Abraham Lincoln kind of experienced with his last theater experience. Pretty similar, pretty on par, I would say.
I wonder if that was like a blessing in disguise. Like, what if like the play was like really awful? It's like,
I wish somebody would shoot me in the head.
Yeah. He's like, oh my
play.
God, shoot me, get it over with. Bang!
Like, well, all right, I guess if I have to.
Well, he did ask nicely, said John Wilkes Booth.
John Wilkes Booth was just a polite guy, really. He was just a cool
he was
guy.
actually with the staff, and he overheard Abraham Lincoln. He's like, anything for America.
Oh man, the true secret history of Abraham Lincoln revealed only here.
He after he shoots Abraham Lincoln, he's like, think of something to say, and he just starts speaking Latin out of as he panics.
Just like,
Sic semper tyrannis, Donna.
Man, I gotta say what you will about John Wilkes Booth, but that's a pretty hard line to say as you just like shot the president of the United States. He was cooking a little bit there.
Hey, and it's like, look, that one guy at the theater's like, oh, maybe this guy's onto something.
You know what? Oh man, we may have gone a little too far.
How? Yeah, that's it. He like leaves the theater. He escapes. Like, I may have gone far.
May have crossed the line.
May have crossed the line. Like some guy comes out and like, how would you like to join the circus?
Oh man.
Whatever you say, just get me out of here. I don't know what I was doing. I thought I was doing something good.
Oh, John. What a card.
The misadventures of John Wilkes.
It's like there's like the Agent Elvis show on Netflix. That got canceled, but is the John Wilkes Booth is that still on? Are we doing that?
Oh, are you talking about the Agent of Elvis? Are you saying like a
yeah?
Colonel?
What did you say?
Oh yeah, you're talking about the Colonel, right?
I don't know. Oh no, yeah, it's like this like animated like show with Matthew McConaughey, I think, as Elvis, and it's like on Netflix or whatever.
What? How did I miss
yeah.
that? Is that
I think it was
real?
just one season. Yeah, it's I think it came out last year or something. Yeah, it seems interesting to say the least.
Just recast Tom Hanks as the Colonel again.
Bring him back. He's ready for round 2.
Just like it would be like the sequel to Elvis Presley. Like after he dies, it turns out he was brought back like as like they pumped his stomach, and then it's like here we go again, Elvis.
Oh,
It'll be the
perfect.
recast
Poetry.
situation, like with what's his name, Liam Hemsworth replacing Henry Cavill.
Oh.
Witcher.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna go very well, I'm sure. For
So many people are excited. I
yeah,
just
like
can't
they're all
wait.
like they all accidentally clicked like downvote on stuff and everything. It's they're so close. They're just too excited that they just couldn't quite see. Their eyes were closed. They're squinting because they're just like, so yeah, so excited that they missed the like button. But we know what they meant.
They all accidentally hit the the dislike button. That's okay. We understand what
It's a mistake. They make it. It happens.
I mean, you ever see like the comment section where it's like, man, when The Witcher said to Yasker, it was like, I am your father. Chills.
Oh God.
I died, but I lived. Moving, stunning, and brave.
Oh man, what a classic. I gotta say, I've seen like the pictures that he does look. It's a high bar set by Henry Cavill, but he does look the part fairly well. So that's cool. But I feel bad for him. He's about to enter a world of pain, sadly. Stepping in for him.
It's like a cruise ship going down, and then like you're one of like the rescue people, right? Liam Hemsworth in this scenario is like one of the rescue people, and then the captain of the ship goes up to the rescue people. It's like, all right, it's all yours. The captain leaves, and then like now Liam Hemsworth has to save like a whole bunch of
What will you now?
drowning people on the cruise ship. It's all yours, buddy.
That's a pretty apt comparison there, I would say.
How funny would it be? It was like they knew, like the writers knew, like this is just not gonna. It's just gonna be an entire shit show. So Liam Hemsworth just comes in like with a full beard, like from the video games, and like knowing that Henry Cavill didn't have a beard and just full on beard. Fuck it, why not?
It's gotta. We need the beard cut. That's what's gonna save season 4.
Yeah, have you guys seen the beard cut?
cut.
It's like a 100% different movie.
It's so much better. I'm still waiting for the mustache cut for Superman.
The
Where is
mustache
that?
cut.
We need the mustace cut. Yeah. Come on.
Warner Brothers, stop being cowards.
Justice League,
I
we
know
need
it
it.
exists.
Yes. It's out there. They had something to paint over. It's there. I know it. I can sense
It's
it.
like one of like those like crackpot conspiracy theorists. Like, they're hiding it. They're hiding it from you. They don't want you to know the truth.
That's the mustache. Have you ever seen? I think it's from what is it, the 70s? Soylent Green or whatever.
The what green?
Soylent Green. It's like this classic sci-fi movie.
No, I don't think I know what you're talking about. Actually,
Oh, yeah. There's like an ending. I won't spoil it, I guess, but there's like a big like reveal, and like there's like the guy that's like trying to like tell everyone, like, oh, this happened, and it just reminded me of that for a second. It's real. The mustache is real. I know it.
it's out there.
Oh man.
It'll crash the economy if it ever came out.
His mustache is just too powerful. They had to nerf him. I mean, Superman is pretty strong as he is, but a Superman with a mustache, I mean, it's freaking just wouldn't even like Steppenwolf wouldn't even stand a chance, man. They had to nerf him a little bit.
It'll be like if people actually found the head of Walt Disney in Disneyland.
Oh,
Everything would just end. Like everything would come crashing.
that's got to be there somewhere. Like the movie ends, like we just like see like it just the sky gets replaced by credits or something. It's all over.
Or better yet, like the protagonist is so close, but it's enough to where it's like you could be proven wrong. Like they can be proven wrong. It's like, take him out of here. It's like, no, it's in here. I promise. I swear it. I know it's in here. And then like the guards of like the facility is like, they're like on a phone. It's like, don't worry, he's all secure. And then like the last shot just pans in on the frozen head of Walt Disney, and then like it just goes to black.
Like like the freaking like in The Shining where like the last shot is like the picture and everything. Like
Exactly.
That would be
He
cinema
just
right there. It's
goes
perfect.
close on the Walt Disney's head. And like right before it fades to black, like the eyes open.
Oh, freaking like how like every like not Five Nights at Freddy's Friday the 13th has like the stupid ass jump scare at the end, like we killed Jason finally, and it's like,
No, you didn't.
Perfect. Oh man, yeah. On that note, I've actually stayed a little longer, but it's been a fun conversation. We talked about grain and Zack Snyder and Superman's mustache and everything, and Spider-Man and basically everything a man could ever want to talk about.
It's all connected, guys. Search for the truth. It's out there. The mustache is real.
The mustache is real. Oh, man.
Well, I guess that concludes Silly Hour. I guess we'll hear from you guys next
Silly
time.
Hour, indeed. We gotta do this again sometime. It's a little spin-off series or something every now and again when plans sort of like don't quite pan out, when a certain character in the podcast doesn't show up for a favorite character of theirs, you know, just not really naming any names.
Wait, what are you talking about? Everything went to plan. Everything is it's according to plan.
Yeah,
of course.
This is the plan.
This wasn't improvised.
I got it written down right here. Yeah.
Search for the truth. It's out there.
It's out there.